You're ready to start investing once your financial situation is somewhat steady and you don't constantly feel strapped for cash. Today's video, I'll give you a couple things to check off your financial to-do list to make sure you're ready to start investing. If you're constantly feeling like you're really spread thin financially, then this is definitely not a good time to start investing. If anything comes up, you will be really tempted to sell your stocks and use that money to pay for whatever expenses that you're needing to cover at that time. So you want to make sure you've got some things checked off before you do get invested, so that you can be really smart with your money. First of all, you really should have at least a small savings account that can cover any sort of things that come up. And I like to start with $1,000 because that can cover an auto deductible most likely. It can cover random things that come up that you would otherwise put onto a credit card if you did not have that money set aside. The second thing I'm going to suggest doing is paying off your high interest credit card debt. If you're paying 6% in your credit card and you're thinking about investing and you're barely going to make 6%, then it really doesn't make sense to do that. After you take care of your high interest debt and include your student loans, take a look at those because some of those can be really high. Take a look at this video. I show you how I decided to invest over paying down my student loan, but I did refinance first so that it made sense financially for me to invest the money versus paying off my student loan. I do think that having some debt is okay because then you're using leverage. You're using other people's money to make yourself money. Like in our situation, we decided to finance our car instead of paying cash for it, but our auto loan is around 2%. We believe that you can make more than 2% in the stock market, and so we feel like the difference is our profit. If we paid off our car, then we wouldn't have that larger lump sum invested. After your high interest cards are paid off or your high interest debt, then you want to say, okay, is there anything coming up soon that I'm gonna need cash for, like a friend or a family member's wedding, a down payment on a home, anything you think you might need a larger lump sum for in the more short term? You want to have that available in cash because you don't want to have to deal with deciding to sell stocks if the market is down and take a loss when you just could have set that money in cash and then invested outside of that. After you establish that savings account, then you're going to say, okay, I feel like I've got some money set aside and I feel comfortable financially. Now I can take a look at investing. Check out this video if you want some ideas on how to actually get started. I walk you through either using a robo-advisor or selecting your own investments for your account. So definitely take a look at this if you need help building a portfolio when you are ready, because I walk you through the process. Now you're going to want to see what your employer offers as far as a 401k match goes. Let's say they offer 3% of your income as long as you put in 3%, then it makes sense to put that 3% there because you're technically getting 6% even though you're only putting in 3%. So that extra is free money and you don't want to just give that away or leave that on the table. Next, you can open up a brokerage account and you can set aside money that you want prior to retirement. So if retirement is 30 years away for you, you might want to also have an account where you can invest in that you can access at any time, really, and you can start putting money aside. Also, you can use this account once you've maxed out your retirement accounts. This is a way for you to tuck away additional money outside of retirement that you can access anytime. You will have to pay capital gain taxes on that, but it is not as bad as pulling money outside of a retirement account because then you have to pay tax and penalties in most cases. Now, once you're ready to get invested, the next thing you want to do is just say, okay, how much can I comfortably afford every single paycheck to get invested? And with that money, I would just say, okay, I can easily carve out $50 or $100 or whatever it is, and I can put that into an investment account and get it growing for me for the future. You're also going to want to have a plan. You don't want to just try to buy based on emotion and how you're feeling about a stock. You want to come up with a schedule and just invest every single time you get paid. To recap, you want to make sure that you've got a small savings account set aside for emergencies. Then you want to make sure your high interest debt is paid off. Then you want to make sure you have cash for some shorter term goals. Then look at your employer match and see what they're offering. Start with that to get invested. Those are some things to consider before you start investing. If you have any questions, let me know below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.